one of South Africa's most important state entities in the agricultural space, the Land Bank, has lost its chief executive officer, Ayanda Kanana, and another senior executive, Dr. Litha Magingxa. The Land Bank provides financial support to farmers, and a third of the debt in the agricultural space comes from the bank. Joining us to talk about this developing story is Chairperson of the Land Bank, Thabi Nkosi. Thabi, thank you very much for joining us. I am sure that after the board issued that statement yesterday to reassure the market, certainly there is huge concern in the agricultural space from clients to creditors and lenders about the stability at the Land Bank right now.
Good evening, Kolane, and you're absolutely correct. It is never a desirable thing to see the exit of a CEO at such a sensitive time in any institution. And certainly, you know, we are quite saddened to be parting ways with Mr. Kanana. He's been quite instrumental in holding down the fort during some of the bank's most difficult times. So it has been quite difficult, but we also acknowledge that, you know, he joined the time in 2020 just as the bank's financial challenges really accelerated. And so it's been a difficult 2 years. And so when he indicated to us that he'd like to take some time off and be able to pursue other opportunities in the future, we absolutely understand. And now our biggest task is really to refocus and to continue strengthening the bank so that we are able to achieve the mandate for which we were established.
Thabi, let's talk about those financial hurdles that the Land Bank continues to grapple with. We've read from the AG's report. We've heard today, as early as today, from the Finance Minister about what he would like to see happen at the Land Bank. And recently, you received 3 billion rands as the Land Bank to steady the ship, and more support is coming from the government. How does the financial state of the bank look at this present moment?
The financial state has improved dramatically since the bank first went into default. Whereas we had started with a disclaimed audit opinion from the Auditor General at the beginning of the default, in the last financial year, the bank achieved an unqualified audit with really just 1 or 2 issues that we were still meant to address, and that largely has to do with our intermediary partners. So I think that, you know, we've managed to make a lot of progress in terms of internal controls and financial reporting. And you are correct that with the National Treasury's equity injection of 3 billion rands, we have been able to start repaying some of the debt that we have. To date, we've repaid about 28% of the debt, and we are up to date with our interest payments. So I would say that at the moment, the picture looks quite positive for the Land Bank, although we are not out of the woods yet. We are positive from a liquidity point of view, from a solvency point of view, but we are, of course, expecting an additional 7 billion rands of equity from the National Treasury, and that will really get us out of the default position and allow us to establish our developmental book.
Thabi, what's next for the Land Bank now? Are you quickly going to look for a replacement for Mr. Kanana and Dr. Magingxa? What's that process going to look like? How long might it take?
We are certainly, you know, going to look in the market for a CEO as well as an executive that is able to take the bank to where we would like it to go. Our strategy going forward is that we really do want to bring the Land Bank back to its developmental mandate, which was to support transformation and the growth of emerging farmers in this country. And in the past, we have veered away from that, and we want to bring that a lot closer. So in looking for a CEO and going onto the market, that's certainly what we're looking for. We have, as a board, made recommendations to the Minister of Finance around our thoughts in terms of an interim measure until we are able to find that person, and we will be coming to the market with that. But at the moment, you know, as a new board, we've managed to find our footing, and we believe that we are on the way to steadying the ship. We've got a great crop of executives, some of the best agricultural financiers in this country, and so we're quite grateful, and we think that we have a very solid team to take this bank forward.
Thabi Nkosi, the chairperson of the Land and Agricultural Development Bank of South Africa, telling us there indeed they need at least 7 billion rands that has been committed by National Treasury to steady that ship, as their senior executives have actually resigned.